Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I'm so pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're about to dive into one of the most exciting shifts happening in our industry, the AI revolution. Specifically, how it's completely changing our understanding of guest loyalty. So, ask yourself, what makes you truly loyal to a hotel? Is it the points you collect, or is it something more?
All right, here's our roadmap. First, we'll tackle what's called the loyalty paradox. Then, we'll get into the AI-powered shift and see some real-world examples of predictive AI in action. After that, we'll explore how hotels are rewarding engagement that goes way beyond the final bill. And to wrap it all up, we'll see how this creates an incredibly powerful new strategic engine for the entire hotel. Let's get right into it.
So let's start with the big problem, right? For decades, hotel loyalty has been built on a pretty simple transaction. But here's the thing, guest expectations have totally changed, and that's created what we now call the loyalty paradox.
Let's break it down. The old way, transactional loyalty, was basically a math problem. You stay X number of nights, you get a free one. It was all about points, rigid tiers like gold or silver, and it only really rewarded one thing, how much money you spent. But today's travelers, they're looking for something totally different. They want experiential loyalty. They want to feel seen, understood. This means personalized, dynamic rewards and, this is the big one, a genuine emotional connection. That's something points just can't buy.
Okay, so if the old way is broken, how do we get from that transactional model to an experiential one? Well, the answer, and the key to this whole thing, is artificial intelligence. AI is what lets hotels stop looking in the rearview mirror at what a guest has spent and start looking ahead to what they could be worth. And that brings us to a really critical concept, guest lifetime value, or GLV. Now, this isn't just about tallying up old receipts. The key word here is prediction. GLV is an AI-powered forecast of a guest's total potential profit. This allows hotels to be proactive, not just reactive. Honestly, this shift in thinking is an absolute game changer for the industry. Theory is one thing, but let's see how this stuff actually works on the ground. We're going to look at two top-tier AI platforms that are already putting these predictive models to work in real hotels, right now. First up, we've got Salesforce Loyalty Management. Their whole approach is built on shattering those old, rigid tiers we just talked about. It's all about being dynamic and, most importantly, proactive in recognizing your most valuable guests. So picture this. A guest checks in for the very first time. They have zero status, but they've booked a premium suite and they have reservations at your fine dining restaurant. The AI sees these signals and immediately flags this person not as a newbie, but as a high potential guest, a future VIP. So instead of making them grind for points, the hotel can act right now with soft benefits, maybe a personal welcome from the manager. That simple, immediate touch can forge an emotional bond and lock in their loyalty before another hotel even has a shot. Okay, that's how you spot and secure a new high-value guest. But what about the ones you already have? What do you do when one of your most loyal guests just goes quiet? And that's exactly where our second platform, Ontavo, really comes into play. It specializes in using AI to look at guest behavior, figure out who is at risk of churning, that is, leaving you for a competitor, and then re-engaging them before they're gone for good. The old way to handle this was the classic marketing blast, right? Just send a generic 10% off coupon to your entire email list and hope for the best. The AI way, though, is much more like a surgeon's scalpel. It sees a guest who normally stays every 3 months. Well, when month 5 hits and there's no booking, the system flags it automatically. But instead of a boring discount, it sends a personalized predictive reward based on their history, like a complimentary wine tasting for a guest who always orders nice wine. It's just smarter, way more effective, and a lot less wasteful. Now, here's where things get really forward-thinking. The next big leap is realizing that loyalty isn't just built inside the four walls of the hotel. These new AI platforms let us reward engagement that happens anywhere, at any time, which helps turn a hotel from just a place to stay into a true lifestyle brand. Just think about this for a second. Your guests can now earn real value for things that have nothing to do with spending money. Sharing a great photo from their stay on Instagram, taking a minute to fill out a feedback survey, or even choosing a sustainable option like green housekeeping. Every single one of these is a positive interaction with your brand, and AI lets you recognize and reward it on the spot. This keeps the guest connected to you all year long, making you part of their life, not just a place they visit once in a while. And this all leads us to our final and I think most powerful point. When you combine all of this, the predictive power, the behavioral triggers, the non-transactional engagement, your loyalty program becomes something so much bigger than you ever imagined. This quote really just says it all. The loyalty program stops being just another tool in the marketing department's toolbox. It becomes the data-driven heart of the entire hotel operation, a true engine for strategic growth. All of this information you're collecting, what guests prefer, how they engage, what rewards they redeem, that's what we call first-party data. It's data you own, and believe me, it is pure gold. It gives you this direct, unfiltered pipeline into what your very best customers actually want from you. And this is how you turn that data into profit. You see, your high-value guests are all redeeming points for spa treatments. Well, that tells you where to prioritize your next renovation. You notice a certain F&B reward is wildly popular. That might just be the seed for a whole new restaurant concept. This data lets you optimize everything, from staffing levels to the tiny personal touches on property, and it all drives smarter, more sustainable, long-term growth.
So, as you move forward in your careers, I want to leave you with a final question to think about. As a future leader, ask yourself this. In the new world of hospitality, is it possible that a guest's data is actually more valuable than their stay? The way you answer that question will help shape the hotels of tomorrow. Thank you for your time.